Sin City, Las Vegas, Nevada. It's Dale and Scott.
Kind of sounds like we're going surfing or something.
Or it's country.
It's country surf music. Anyway, we'll tell you more about that song later in the show. Hey, it's March 27th. This is episode 418 of the Swish Edition. Dale and I are back in the studio for another exciting episode where I literally remembered to press record at the top of the show. Isn't that good? That's always good. Anyway, this episode is called How to Tase a Whore and Lose $14 Million in 20 Minutes.
Perfect.
We're going to tell you why. There's a reason behind every single title that we have on the show. So I'll tell you all about it. Anyway, I want to say that today, Dale, I don't know if you realize this or if it's even on your calendar, but today, March 27th, is our 2-year anniversary of returning to Las Vegas. This was the day that we moved into the new house in Vegas.
Right.
Yeah, 2 years ago today.
It's good to be back.
Best thing we ever did. Let me tell you. All right, let me tell you about this title of this week's episode. So, this is crazy. We're going to be talking about whether this is ethical or not. Some people think it's okay. Some people don't. So, as we told you last week, our friends Jacqueline and Larry were coming to town. Were here. They've now gone. They left yesterday morning. We had a really good time. We'll tell you about some of the stuff we did. But one of the things we did is Dale and I had a slot tournament over at Resorts World on last Friday. And we went before Jacqueline and Larry, and then they met us there. So we're sitting at the bar. I'm not going to tell you exactly which bar we're at. I'm not going to tell you which bar we were at because I think that might give it away.
Right.
We were at a bar at Resorts World, and we had a loose lips bartender. Holy moly. I'm not going to tell you who it is because I don't want to out someone. There's tons and tons of bartenders at Resorts World, so it could have been any of them.
There's like hundreds.
We know some of them. They know us. And there's a lot that we don't know. This person did not know us.
No,
they didn't know us from
I've seen
Adam.
her.
They had no idea who we were. They didn't know that we weren't high roller whales, right?
Yeah, she had no idea. It's the first time I've seen her.
Now you've narrowed it down. You said she. I was trying not to do that, but it's okay.
We'll move along.
Anyway, she was telling us about these whores, these prostitutes that were tased in the crystal bar area of the resort the day before. I don't know what said prostitutes were doing.
They're probably drunk.
But they got tased.
And were asked to leave and didn't want to leave.
And they were down on the floor. She explained that, every casino in Vegas has some prostitutes in them.
Yes.
We know that. We've seen them before. Everyone has seen them. Everyone knows that they're there. And usually management leaves them alone, even though it's technically illegal in Clark County. So, I mean, it's kind of an unwritten rule that it's happening, and everyone usually just looks the other way.
They're left alone until they start bothering people.
And the different casinos have various different types of prostitutes. So if you go to, it depends on the star rating of the property. You're going to get a higher class hooker at the Wynn or Resorts World or Fontainebleau maybe or Bellagio than you would get at Excalibur.
Right.
Or
right.
Downtown at one of the old places. Anyway, I thought it was fun. I wish we'd been there to see
that would have been great.
Hookers get tased. I've been approached a couple times at the Bally's, which is now the Horseshoe. I've been approached at the MGM Grand. And of course at the Crazy Horse. So,
You've
never personally been approached?
No.
No.
Mm-mm.
And I always say, do you have a brother?
Right.
And that usually
that tells them right there.
that tells them everything that they need to know. Anyway, so this bartender goes on to tell us more stories. She was telling us about she was working somewhere high end in the resort. And she said Resorts World flew their jet over to California to pick up this Asian whale. And then they flew him back to Vegas. He came to the Resorts World. He was at the Resorts World for a whopping 20 minutes.
I find that hard to believe.
And he lost $14 million in 20 minutes.
Yeah.
That's what she said. She was there. She said she witnessed it.
That is what she said.
When he left, he asked for 3 shots of his favorite bourbon. The shots of bourbon in question were $10,000 each. So he spent $30,000 for his goodbye drink on top of the $14 million. And then he went back to the airport and Resorts World flew him home.
And apparently that was he gets that every time he departs, is the way I understood it.
And he has no interest in staying there. He wants to sleep in his own bed.
Right.
And for $14 million, yes, Resorts World will go pick his ass up.
Yes, they will.
I love that story. So they are true. The stories you see on movies and TV shows like Las Vegas, those things really do happen.
They do.
They really do happen here. So later in the weekend, we asked a casino host that we know at a competing property. I told him the story and I said, do you think this is problematic? Would you have been upset if you found out about one of your bartenders telling these tales out of school? And he said no. He said, we're comfortable with that as long as they didn't share the name of the person.
Right. We have no idea.
We have no idea who this
it
person
was,
is.
when it was.
Yeah.
So I think it was fine.
Yeah. And so did he. I think it's a little weird. I don't think I'd be comfortable with my employees sharing that kind of information, but it's interesting. I mean, it reminds me, Dale, remember we had a casino host when we first got to Vegas the first time who told us all about the suicides that happen on a regular basis at Luxor.
Oh,
which
yeah.
do not get reported. And then she also told us the once upon a time story about a prominent NFL star who took a prostitute up to his suite and then she robbed him blind, took all his shit, all his jewelry, all his computers, everything.
And not only did she tell us that, we are also friends with a former head of security.
Yeah.
Who has
confirmed that happens all the time.
Told us about experiences that he's had to, deal with. And the first thing is that you do nothing because, people are going to find out. You call the police.
Especially if you're a celebrity.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So these things they don't go anywhere beyond the casino. The police aren't called unless someone's seriously hurt.
If
you just lose your Rolex and your iPad, then yeah. And God knows how much money.
Oh man.
But who would leave their prostitute unattended? I don't think I would do that. Unless she drugged him or something. Or he was in the shower and she just grabbed whatever she could grab and ran out the door.
That had to be it.
Anyway,
walked away, got in the shower.
This casino host that told us the story did not name any names. So again, yeah, we don't know who it was. We could guess.
Yeah.
But anyway, if you're ever at Luxor and you're eating, make sure you look up and see what's above you. Because you never know when someone's going to fall down from one of those upper floors. There is an unwritten rule in Las Vegas that the local news outlets usually don't report these stories. There's a lot of stuff they have to report. The stuff that's obvious, like the guy who ran up and down the street in front of Bellagio stabbing people. Not Bellagio. That was obvious that you couldn't hide that one.
Right.
We just happened to be there. We were just across the street. We were at the Mirage when that happened. And we were going to go to the Wynn, but there was like a traffic problem or something. So we're like, let's just go to Mirage.
There you go.
We could have been stabbed or tased.
Right.
Anyway, I don't know why I'm starting with these crazy stories, but they were just too fun not to share. If you share stories with Dale and Scott, we're going to talk about them. Anyway, we did go to a hockey game this weekend. We went to the Golden Knights versus the Blue Jackets of
much fun.
Columbus. Columbus, right?
Columbus, yeah.
That was super fun. MGM hosted us. They gave us an amazing suite right on the ice level. We were 3 rows back from the ice, and we're right behind the penalty box. So we could right at the 50-yard line, if that's what they call it. Center ice, I guess they call it. We could see everything.
That was the
so
first
fun.
time I think that may have been better than the suite upstairs.
Oh, absolutely. They have a suite way up at mid-level, above the 100 section or whatever. These seats were great. And if you were going to a basketball game, that's where you'd want to be too. They don't play basketball there, but you know what I mean.
Aren't we getting one though?
Yeah, but they're going to build a whole new stadium for that.
That's true.
There's too much going on at T-Mobile for basketball and hockey because it happens at the same time. So it was a fun game. We had a great time. Thank you, Rodrigo, for those tickets. Rodrigo's our casino host at Aria, and he's awesome. And sitting next to Dale was so weird. It took us a while to figure out who he was. We saw him. He looked familiar. We're like, he's some kind of somebody.
You see there's people, and then you can't think of anything.
Yeah, you're blank. You draw a blank. But as soon as you know who they are, you're like, well, yeah, duh. Of course that's that person. Well, anyway, it was John King, who was an anchor. He's the national political anchor for CNN.
Yep.
And his ex-wife, Dana Bash, who is also a big wig at CNN on air. And their 12-year-old son. Yeah. I did not know they were married.
And I think they had a really good time because I gave the kid one of the
ceremonial hockey pucks.
I was trying to think, yeah. And he seemed very excited. So
yeah, that was cool. So we come to find out we didn't know they were married at the time, and we didn't know that they're not still married. They are divorced, but apparently they're amicable. They posed for a picture with Jacqueline, so that was nice. I didn't have the guts to ask him for a picture. It just didn't seem appropriate. I can't
bring myself to do those types of things.
I have lots of celebrity photos, but I only ask for my photos with a celebrity when it's an appropriate event. If I ran into Madonna in a restaurant, I'm not going to ask her for a photo. That's not, that's not why she's there.
Right.
But if it's a public event that it's a totally different story. Yeah. Anyway, I told you we went to the slot tournament at Resorts World. It was Selena's birthday. She's our casino host over there. And she had an awesome little after party at the Hey Kitty Kitty Speakeasy, which is hidden behind a secret door.
And did you know it was there before?
I had heard about it, but I had no idea where it was.
Because I had no idea.
And it's literally behind a bookcase in a little store. So you go into the store and open the bookcase, and you go into this, and it's not that big. It's about the size of our kitchen, really. I mean, it's not a huge bar. It might hold 40 people, 50 people. It would be tight with 50 people in there. There might have been 30 people in there. I don't know, but it's super cute. It has a full bar and lounge seating, and they have little lobster rolls. It was good. And then we went to Jean Georges. Thank you again to Rodrigo, who hosted us there. Jean Georges is the steakhouse at Aria. Had a great meal there. And then on Monday, as our final event with Jacqueline and Larry before they went back to the East Coast, we took them to Happy Camper, which we've talked about on the show before. And we all had a ball there. Spent a fortune. Got some T-shirts. Mm-hmm. If you don't get a T-shirt, didn't happen. Right? That was fun. I highly recommend Happy Camper. It's really cute. Great pizza, great meatballs. Anyway, some other Vegas news before we move on to other stuff. I guess lots of things are closing in Vegas. I heard the Trevi Italian restaurant at the Forum Shops has closed abruptly without any notice. Ooh. It's been there for 20-something years.
Okay.
And now we got word that the Nightmare Cafe, which we've talked about on the show before, down in the Arts District, it is closing. Its last weekend was this past weekend. The Nightmare Toy Store, which is next door, is staying open. But, I don't feel really sad about this because when we went, I didn't love it.
It wasn't great.
So the food was just kind of eh. And you're sitting there and they play horror movies on all the TVs. So you're trying to eat your cheeseburger and you're looking at blood and guts coming out of somebody. I mean, it's just not cool. And they were playing heavy metal music at number 10. So you couldn't even talk.
It was very loud.
It was very loud. It was disturbing, and the food wasn't that great. So Maybe that's why it's closing. But I also understand that one of the co-owners had a heart attack. So that was their maybe reason for slowing down. Who knows? Restaurants don't close if they're making a lot of money, though. So if it was making a lot of money, they'd find a way to make it work, right?
Right.
Anyway, I don't think it's any great, huge loss for Vegas. Maybe something else cool will go into that space.
Because that area is becoming pretty nice.
Yeah.
So it would be nice to find a replacement to go in there.
Last week, right after we filmed or taped the show, we went downtown and we did some gambling and drinking. And we did not drive because we're good citizens. We took a ride share to get down there. And then we took another ride share to get from one venue to another. And we just happened to get into ride share karaoke. And we have the proof. We've got proof right here. Oh my God, that was so much fun. So this is a guy, he obviously isn't doing this for the money. In his car, he has, was it a van? I don't remember if it was a van or a car. It was an SUV of some sort.
It was a larger car, yeah.
So there were little pockets and there were a microphone for each person in the back seat. And then there was monitors
everywhere.
And you could pick the song, and the song would come on, and the microphones. You turn the microphone on, and you could sing through the sound system in the car. So it was basically rideshare karaoke while you get to your destination.
Yeah,
and we sang Celine.
Yes.
Yeah, and there's video proof.
And then there's
video proof of it.
Journey. Don't stop believing.
Don't stop believing. It was really fun. But then it gets even better. So he hands us his business card so that we could call him if we ever wanted a fun ride again, right?
Right.
But then we get dropped off at the Cosmo, and he gets out and he opens the trunk and he gives us each
a trophy.
A trophy. It's literally a gold trophy on a marble base, and it says Las Vegas Rideshare Karaoke driver Doug French. These can't be cheap.
No, they can't. They can't be.
I mean, it had to eat. He gave us each one.
Yeah,
it has to eat into his profits. Did he make any profit off us?
I know. You keep saying that, but I suspect they are very cheap.
You think? But isn't this real marble? It's real marble. It is.
I mean,
you have one. We each have one on our desks.
It's not very heavy.
It's not. No, but it's cute. And I thought it was a fun little extra, wasn't it?
It was. I was surprised.
It was very unexpected.
I was surprised.
See, there's always fun stuff happening in Vegas, guys. You could get tased. You could do karaoke rideshare.
Right.
So much to do. Anyway, also the rumor mill is heating up again with the possible, maybe coming any day, announcements of new residencies at the Las Vegas Sphere. We talked before about the fact that Beyonce, they might be announcing that anytime now, and I think she will sell that venue out.
She will kill it.
If her husband doesn't get wrapped up in this P. Diddy thing. Now people are naming him and saying that he had something to do with the P. Diddy stuff. Oh my God. Have you guys been following that story? I literally didn't put it in today's show because it's just too much to talk about. But man, Sean Combs, both of his LA and New York houses were raided early, or was it Monday afternoon? They're talking about like a blackmailing and sex ring and sex trafficking.
In addition to Jay-Z, I also heard that Justin Bieber is.
Well, Justin Bieber might be a victim.
Yes.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, supposedly, and not supposedly, but allegedly, people are making these statements that Puff Daddy was blackmailing all these people, and he had cameras set up in all of his houses, and he would record all these people doing dirty things in his house and then blackmail them with it. So that's how I looked up Sean Combs' net worth. Yeah. He's worth $800 million. And he didn't make that off of his own rapping. He made that off Bad Boy Records and other stuff. And blackmail, maybe. I don't know. This is going to... More and more is going to come out when they start investigating this.
Yes.
But the government doesn't doesn't...
Not on rumors alone.
They don't just raid people's houses for no reason.
Right.
They had to have a really damn good reason. And basically, I think the Sun said, because P. Diddy's nowhere to be found, that they took almost everything in the house. They took everything, computers, anything electronic, all the cameras, all the hard drives, everything got taken out of both houses. P. Diddy was seen at the airport on Monday evening, but his plane is in Antigua in the Caribbean, but he's not there. He's still supposedly in LA somewhere.
Okay.
I don't know, but apparently Beyonce hightailed it to Mexico. So who knows what the hell's going on? And she's got a new album out this Friday. She doesn't want to be wrapped up in this.
No.
I'm scared for all these people. I hope they're all okay. Except for P. Diddy. If he's the bad guy in this.
I mean,
hope he goes down.
He deserves it, right?
Yeah. If you're bad, you deserve it. I hate when people that I really, really like Kevin Spacey, go down in a ball of fire. But, he allegedly did bad things.
Right.
Anyway, so they're talking about Beyonce. We talked about that before. But now the rumor is that The Weeknd might get a residency there. And they're still talking about the Eagles, which I can't believe the Eagles are even still together. I mean, they were not together for years and years, and then they got back together. So who knows? We know that Dead & Company, which is the Grateful Dead band, they are doing 18 concerts starting May 16th at the Sphere. And then Phish, they're doing 4 shows starting April 18th. And they said each night of their 4 shows will be completely different shows. So there are people that are buying tickets to all 4 shows. And not only will all the set list be completely different, but all the visuals on the big screen will all be different for each show.
Don't you just think these people are dead already?
Phish has been around for 40 years.
I know.
The Eagles have been around for like 50 years. Dead & Company, I don't know how many people. I don't think there's anyone in it that was originally in Grateful Dead. I think it's just kind of like the follow-up to the Grateful Dead. I don't know,
man.
But I also read, and it might be a rumor, that the U2 residency, which was super popular and sold out for all of its run, the Sphere only got 10% of ticket sales. Seems to me they need to do a little bit better negotiating. I think they should get a little more than 10%. But I don't know. I don't know how it works.
I mean, it could be a lot of money.
Doesn't Bono have enough money? He needs 90%. Well, I guess the promoters also get a cut.
Right.
I don't know how it works.
Who can say?
Anyway, yeah, I don't know. Nobody can say.
And now for something completely different.
I love this. Did you see this? There's a picture for you to look at.
Just now, and it's cool as shit.
Yeah, so they're getting ready to celebrate Star Wars Day, which is always May the 4th. May the 4th be with you. You get it. Anyway, they kicked off the March to May the 4th last week with a 5-minute synced show that was projected on the entire outside of the Empire State Building. I don't know where they project it from. They must project it from neighboring buildings, right?
I mean,
and they're not doing it from inside.
No, how else would it happen?
So they would have to make a deal with like whoever's across the street. Can we come over and put our projectors over there? Anyway, it looks damn friggin' cool. And it was a 5-minute show synced to John Williams, of course, Imperial March, and it was all Darth Vader and stormtroopers and Siths and whoever the bad guys are. It was all the bad guys,
right?
And it looks so friggin' cool. And have you seen? And you haven't seen any of the video? I haven't
seen the video, just this picture.
You got to check it out. And apparently, up on the 86th floor observatory, there's a Funko Pop Darth Vader life size that you can get your picture taken with. He'll be up there through April 29th. I don't know why he's not there till May 4th. That doesn't make any sense to me. The Star Wars company, Disney, basically, they're doing this to promote their new line of toys, apparel, accessories, collectibles, and more that will be out this year for May the 4th. This is the 25th anniversary of something, obviously not the original movie, but it's 25th anniversary of, I don't know which movie. I'd have to look it up. Maybe I should have written that down. Certainly not the original, because that came out in like 1977 or
the first one.
78. Yeah. So that's more than 25 years.
Yeah.
Anyway, so lots of Star Wars stuff to talk about, because we can also talk about, apparently, if you go to Disney and you go to Disneyland here in California, or you go to the Star Wars land that they built at, where did they build it in Florida? It's not at Disney World. It's at like MGM Studios or something, right?
Universal Studios.
Not Universal, because it's owned by Disney, but it's in one of the parks, and I don't remember which one.
I have no idea.
I'm sure Melissa is screaming at at her radio right now. Anyway, they serve blue milk there. Blue milk is something that they have started serving at their cantinas at Star Wars Land. And now it's coming from a galaxy far away to your grocery store. It's going to be available all over the country. It's basically just friggin' milk that's dyed blue. I don't know what's so great about that, but...
Yeah, and I don't want any of it.
It's vanilla-flavored blue milk.
Yeah.
Yeah. You'll be able to find it at stores around April 15th through May the 4th.
But it will sell.
It will sell, and I might even buy some and see what it tastes like. Although I have problems with milk. That's why we drink almond milk mostly, right?
Yeah, I haven't drank. Well, I guess that's not true. I have it. You know, at Starbucks you get those coffee drinks.
Yeah, well,
but the
I usually have for
flavor
almond milk.
of the milk, yeah.
And I do buy milk from time to time, but it's for recipes and stuff. But let's talk about McDonald's. McDonald's has two new things to talk about this week. They launched their new Ghost Pepper McChicken sandwich, but it's only in one location at their headquarters store in Chicago for a limited time, of course.
I wouldn't want it anyway.
No, because it makes you cry. Ghost Pepper makes you cry. It's so hot. You'll gag and die. So it seems like they could totally do it nationwide. It's just a sauce.
Right.
Everything else about the chicken is the same. They just put this really hot ghost pepper sauce on it. But that's not the good news. You want the good news?
Yeah.
So Krispy Kreme donuts are going to be available in McDonald's restaurants in the morning for breakfast nationwide.
Nice.
They're rolling it out. They think most locations will have it by the end of 2026. I don't know why it takes so long.
I mean, they're already doing these in like 7-Elevens and stuff. They bring in donuts.
Well, with McDonald's, so many locations of McDonald's, I read that it's going to literally double the number of places that you can get a Krispy Kreme donut. And Krispy Kreme have their own places. You can also get them they're at our Smith's grocery store.
Okay.
But now you're going to be able to get them at McDonald's. But there's only three kinds. You can get glazed, chocolate iced with sprinkles, or chocolate iced with a cream filling. And you can either buy one or six. You can't buy two. I mean, I guess you can buy two.
Yeah.
But you can get one, or you can get a box of six. They did a test last year at 160 locations in Kentucky and Indiana, and the demand was so high that the donuts would be gone by like 7 o'clock in the morning.
Jesus.
And they're going to be delivered by Krispy Kreme to McDonald's locations.
Yeah, because they have, I guess, because they're not making them in the stores. Just the glazed ones. They're not making all of them.
I don't know. Do they not?
No, they only make the glazed, I thought.
Are all the donuts made at Dunkin' Donuts? I think
No.
they are. They're not. Some of them come from somewhere else.
I think they come from out.
Huh. Well, I know. I can tell when those donuts have been sitting around too long. You got to get there early to get the good ones.
Right.
And, of course, we love the Long John, which is not available everywhere.
No, it's not available on the East Coast.
Now, the reason McDonald's is doing this is because they want more money. And also, they saw what Wendy's and Pizza Hut are doing. Wendy's and Pizza Hut both have a similar deal with Cinnabon. So I didn't know this. You can get Cinnabon stuff at Wendy's and Pizza Hut during breakfast. Did we even know that Wendy's does breakfast? Pizza Hut does. Well, Pizza Hut doesn't do breakfast.
No, not Pizza Hut.
It must be some kind of Cinnabon dessert then.
Yeah.
You can get. Anyway.
That's weird.
It's weird but crazy. But now I want one. I mean, I want to get the Honey Hot Pizza, which is at Pizza Hut.
Right.
If someone was making fun of me last week because I couldn't remember which one it was. It's Pizza Hut. It was Melissa. She said, how could you not know? You just talked about it the week before. And I'm like, well, she was listening to both episodes in a row. Well, no, I don't remember what the fuck I talk about on this show. I don't even remember what I had for dinner last night.
Oh, God.
I don't think we had dinner last night because we ate all those snacks. We had the pizza at Happy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, I want to tell you about the stuff we're watching because I'm so excited about this. We're watching the Palm Royal. I wrote it wrong here on the script.
Yeah.
It's Palm Royal on Apple TV Plus. It dropped last week with 3 episodes. There's a new one coming out today, I think, or tomorrow. It's set in Palm Beach in 1969, and it's about a woman who's played by Kristen Wiig who's trying to break into high society.
Okay.
Her mother-in-law just happens to be in high society, but for some reason she has trouble getting in. It's got a great cast. Ricky Martin, Carol Burnett, Leslie Bibb, who we loved on American Housewife. Not American Housewife. Yeah, American Housewife. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Allison Janney, of course, from West Wing. And Mom. Laura Dern's in it. Josh Lucas is in it. So many great people. And it's fun. And we've only watched 1 episode, so we got to get caught up. But I'm excited about it because Ricky Martin's going to have his shirt off in an episode coming up here soon. And he looks good in it. He's looking really good.
Yeah.
Yeah. What do you mean? Yeah, you saw him.
I don't care for Ricky Martin.
Oh, what is wrong? What if he's listening?
Not listening.
He could be. Continuing with, we got some new streaming news. Excited about this. Jason Bateman has signed a deal to do another drama series at Netflix. Of course, he was amazing in Ozark. Now he's coming back with a show called Black Rabbit, a 1-hour drama that will star him and Jude Law as brothers. Bateman's going to produce and direct the first 2 episodes. He is playing actually I don't know who is playing which part, but here's the tagline. When the owner of a New York City hotspot allows his turbulent brother back into his life, he opens the door to escalating dangers that threaten to bring down everything he's built. So I don't know if Bateman is the owner of the restaurant or if Jude Law is. It would be kind of fun to see Bateman being the bad guy for a change.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we'll see what happens with that. Now, of course, in Ozark, he was a bad guy, but only by default. He didn't really want to be. Also, I wanted to talk about this last week and we ran out of time, but I'm excited about this. YouTuber Mr. Beast, which is the biggest YouTuber of all time, makes more money than God. He just inked a deal to do a game show on Amazon Prime, their streaming service. It's going to be a reality competition show with a $5 million cash prize, the biggest in TV history.
Wow.
It'll feature, get this, 1,000 contestants in a fast-paced, high-production format. We don't know any more details beyond that, and we don't know when it's coming out. So I'd watch it.
I mean, it sounds interesting.
Mr. Beast is Jimmy Donaldson. He's YouTube's #1 creator on the platform with over 245 million subscribers. He made $82 million last year alone just from his videos, ads on his videos. $82 million.
Jesus.
Crazy. He has the most watched YouTube video ever with 588 million views, which was a 2021 reenactment of Squid Game.
I did remember he did that.
Yeah. I don't even know what Squid Game's about, and I've never seen it. It's Korean, right? South Korean?
They do participate in games, but
it's
if
scripted.
you lose, you die.
But it's scripted.
Yeah, it's not real.
It's not real. Because if you died, that would be horrible.
Right.
Anyway, happy birthday to my co-host Dale, who is turning blah, 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 blah this Friday. Excited about your birthday?
Sure.
Sure. He seems very
It's not a big
nonplussed.
ones.
Yeah. It's an odd one.
It's a little one.
Easter is this Sunday. April Fool's Day is this coming Monday. Lots of fun stuff happening. We encourage you guys to subscribe and follow the show. And if you love it, you could go on to Apple Podcasts and leave us a review. That'd be cool.
Q?
The music at the top of the show today was called Turbo Tornado by Admiral Bob. You can learn more about it at swishedition.com.
Love it.
Yeah, me too. All right, we'll see you guys next week.
Bye.
Anyway,
That's weird.
it's weird but crazy. But now I want one.